It is Brendan Allen, the once again number 11 ranked middleweight in the UFC. I can see the smile already. He's got the family with him as well. I guess Brendan, it's back to normal life, right? Fight week is over, and now it's back to being dad.
Yeah, camp's over, so yeah, this is the highlight of my life. Really, is just this time right here where I get to just be with these two, and yeah, you'll hear them throughout this, I'm sure, especially my little one. She'll be yelling "Hey" the whole time. So yeah, this is what makes me happy. Obviously, it's a parent, so you get a little agitated sometimes, but overall, it makes me happy, and this is what it's all about.
I totally understand. How hard is it for you to make that shift, right? I mean, fight week is. I mean, first of all, the build up, like you said, the training camp, and then it's a fight, and then, it's all the media and the interviews, and you're on stage in the cage, and then you come back, and it's like, yeah, now I just got dad stuff to do. How hard of a shift is that for you to kind of get back into that role?
Getting into the dad role isn't a problem. I think it's more of like I just missed my kids for however long, 8 weeks or something like that. So it's I want to spend all the time that I can with them and have them, and it's also I still need to get back to training at some point and get like stay in shape or get back in shape, whatever it is, or add to my skill set. So it's hard to figure out that balance of being with my kids versus training and trying to figure that out. Plus, like just businesses like my promotion, and I go to International Fight Week next week. So like, there's so many things and all over the place. I'm trying to, I'm still 27, so I'm trying to figure out my way in life and figure out, what direction to go to set up for after fighting. And I don't know, my brain's just kind of all over the place most of the time. And trying to be in the moment with my children has been something that since my divorce that I've been really trying to focus and prioritize. So obviously the week after the fight, oh man, it's hectic trying to get back into like business and figuring out where fights are going to go and dad life. So it's just kind of all over the place. My life's just kind of all over the place.
It is wild, man. I think fans maybe sometimes forget how little of life is really the fight itself. You know what I mean? There's so much around it, leading into it, after it, all the other things that you have to take care of. It's a ton. So, I guess what's your typical routine afterwards? I mean, do you want to go back and watch the fight and start reviewing your performance right away and breaking it down, or do you want to kind of disconnect a little bit and put that to the side? How do you usually handle it?
So right after the fight, I'll watch my fight and I'll pick it a little bit apart right then, and I'll do that for like the whole week when my kids are asleep or when I'm laying in bed about to go to sleep. Like I'll just nitpick my own performance and play it back and see what I did good and what I need to fix. And then I just focus on my mentality and review my camp, and I just try to take an overview of everything that just happened and see where I fell short at for my likings and I'm talking about everywhere, the camp, the preparation, the mentality, the fight, everything. I try to diet everything. I try to look at everything and dissect everything. And then after that, I'll take a week or two off from everything and be with them. And then I'll try to start getting back in shape a little bit after everything's healed up and I'm ready to go. And then yeah, I'll just kind of ease on from there and try to have someone be with my kids so I can train a little bit. And I just kind of ease back into it. Nothing crazy, just something to keep my body moving. But I take usually I like to take like 2 weeks off, but the last two I've had to take like a month off after because of injuries and things like that.
Wow. Well, talk to me
Sickness,
about this one,
sickness.
because I was going to say, because of you're evaluating this and you're looking for shortcomings. As far as your striking looked phenomenal. I mean, it goes down as a submission win, but it's a submission win that you earned because your striking looked phenomenal. Then you get on the mic and drop, I mean, the best post fight promo I've ever heard from. You got opponents, you got locations, you got sponsorship opportunities. I mean, you had the whole thing. So were there any shortcomings at all, or do you just have to walk away with this one and be like, I think I nailed this one. Like, I think that was 100%.
No, I definitely not. Definitely, there's always holes. There's always problems. There's always. I'm a perfectionist, and I expect nothing but the best from myself. So there's definitely things that I could have done different, should have done different. But at the end of the day, I've had a lot of fights, and I know that it's almost never going to go perfect. It's like a 1 in 100 shot for it to go perfect, and You know, it is what it is. I accept that it's a fight, and Breen, leave it alone. And I expect that. You know, I know that in a fight you can't control everything. I know the only thing I can control is my preparation, right? So like that's what I always think of, and that's what I always tell myself. I control my preparation. I do the best I can do, and then the fight is what it is. I can't control the outcome.
Well, I thought you did fantastic, man. The performance was great. By the way, I do co-sign on a show in Louisiana. I would love to get back to New Orleans. It's been too long since I've been there. I'd love to hang out there. That would be a great spot. But, you know, listen, talk to me about, you said you got a lot going on, man. You got the promotion, you got family, you got all that. But you also said, hey, I'm coming for you, champ. I'm the guy you got to watch out for. And so you know there's going to be a couple steps to get there. But, I mean, you're in the mix of discussion for these big, big fights and all these big names in the division. So what's the plan from here? I mean, is it some time away, or are you starting to look at some dates on the calendar and some big names? Obviously, I know you and Roman Dolidze have been having a little bit of conversation back and forth, but what's the plan?
Yeah, I mean, hey, stop. I already knew I wasn't gonna fight until the soonest October. So hey, so I knew I wasn't gonna fight till as soon as October. Wait. So yeah, October was the soonest I would fight. I was told I would be looked at as if I won number 10. So then it would be a top 5 next. Not only did I win, I finished him in the first round. So I should look as if I'm the top. I should get a top 5 guy next. So it's nothing against everyone. Everyone thinks that are people, not everyone. People think I'm ducking him, right? I ain't ducking nobody. I fought way tougher guys. I fought good guys. My resume, I would say, is better than his overall. And not only that, I've signed to fight him before. I showed up, I fought, he didn't. Whose fault is that? It's not mine. So it ain't nothing about ducking nobody. It's just if we're supposed to be strategic, then we're going to be strategic all the way through. Because I'm right there at the cusp of the title. And again, you can ask anyone that manages me or deals with me or coaches me or anything. The goal for the people that surround me is to save me from me. Because if it's me, I'm going to fight everyone.
Right.
But I'm getting older. I'm trying to be smarter. I can fight. I already know I can fight. So I don't have nothing to prove to anyone. I fought who I need to fight. I've been a company man. But for me at this time, I'm not going to continue to be a company man if I'm not getting anything in return. So I've done what I need to do on my part. I fought who I needed to fight, no matter if it was someone else's fault or whoever's fault it was. I fought for the contracts that I've always signed on the date. Always. I've never not fought. So yeah, I think it's about time I get something that is beneficial and a big opportunity for me, because I've done everything for everyone else, and you have all these other guys that have 1 fight, 2 fights in the UFC that are getting these big opportunities, and other guys that are getting these big jumps, 5, 6, 7 spots. Why can't I get something like that? Like, I'm 27 years old. I've got 12 fights in the UFC. I've got a lot of finishes. I've got this. I've got that. My resume speaks for itself. Why don't you invest in me instead of all these other dudes? So that's just kind of where I'm at. It's nothing against Roman. I don't care about Roman. He can do whatever he wants. I'm sure we'll fight eventually again. Like I said, I've already supposed to fight him before. I fought. He didn't. It ain't nothing about Roman. Ain't nobody scared of Roman. The dude's coming off a loss, so he's definitely beatable. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just I feel like, hey, I just feel I deserve someone higher.
Hey, I appreciate you making that claim. I mean, you got to fight for yourself and represent yourself, and you're standing up for what you're. And listen, let's be honest. There's a couple big middleweight fights, you know, both this weekend and next weekend as well, that probably need to shake out so that you know exactly what does make the most sense for the next matchup to get you to that shot at the title.
I mean, I don't see why look, and I'm not going to throw names, but I know there's guys in the higher echelon of the business, in UFC and out and like high up in fighting, that know that I deserve a higher guy, a number 5, number 6 guy, or even higher. So I'm not the only one, and I'm not being unreasonable. It's not like I'm just got in the UFC and I'm like, yeah, let me get the title shot. Like, I'm not being unreasonable. I'm being super realistic. Bean, can you stop? I'm being super realistic, and I'm not asking for anything but what I have earned. I'm not owed anything, but I have earned my opportunity. I've done everything that I could possibly do. So yeah, I don't understand why. If Dricus loses, why I can't fight him? If I'm willing to sit out, why can't I fight him?
I love it. That's well said. Well, listen, I've taken
Hey,
these children. I have
leave her
taken these
alone.
children's father away for far too long, so I'll let you go
No,
back to the dad duties. And listen, I guess I'll see you out here in Las Vegas for International Fight Week. And hey, maybe after those middleweight fights happen, we'll know what the news is, and we can start looking towards October.
that's it, man. That's it, man. Sorry I have these loud children in the back. They're being crazy today.
That's life. You know what? I love seeing that because if people need to see as badass of athletes as you guys are and everything that you do, you still got to go home and do the same stuff that all of us do as well, man.
They don't care what I do. They don't care about none of it. They're still gonna be kids and they're still gonna act a fool, and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna nitpick their sisters, and yeah.
Isn't that great? You're going to be world champion. You have a UFC belt riding in that passenger seat right there, and they'll still be messing with you back. That's what kids do. They keep you humble.
Ain't that a fact? Ain't that a fact?
All right, Brendan. I appreciate the time as always. We'll see you out here in Vegas.
Awesome, man. Thank you for your time as well, man. I appreciate it.